Hi, I'm Sunshine Chapman, the president of ERC Provider. 86% of our business comes from CPAs and other financial professionals because we operate with complete integrity and offer solid, attorney-backed filings for your employee retention credits. Here's what makes us different. We are laser-focused on one thing: connecting personally with business owners and helping them maximize their employee retention credits. That's why we travel constantly all over the country, speaking with CPAs and business owners, helping them to understand completely the employee retention credit and how it can apply to their business. We provide personal service. Every one of our clients works with a dedicated facilitator who holds their hand throughout the entire employee retention credit process, from the first call until you receive the checks from the IRS. Here's how the process works. First, you'll jump on a call with one of our facilitators and explain to them what happened to your business during COVID. They will help you understand how the law can apply to you and how the impacts of COVID actually did impact your business. We'll help you determine whether it was a more than nominal effect and whether there were government orders that did cause that disruption. Next, you'll turn in some basic paperwork, some 941 quarterly tax returns, and also some payroll reports and your PPP information, along with basic information on your company and the ownership. That will be analyzed by our team of qualified payroll tax specialists, and once they've determined the amount of your credit, they will connect you with a tax attorney. That tax attorney will go over your claim quarter by quarter to find out all about what happened to your business, what government orders were enacted in your area at that time, whether it was more than a nominal effect. Then they will create an affirmation of facts, which they will sign to certify for each quarter and attach to it those government orders to show that the government orders that restricted your business did create a more than nominal effect, which qualifies you for the employee retention credit. This enables you to claim the employee retention credit with confidence. All of this is free. We don't require upfront payments or contracts. This is important since it allows any U.S. business owner to determine if they can be eligible without any cost upfront. This program is for a limited time only, so visit ercprovider.com to sign up for your risk-free analysis and take advantage of this funding opportunity.
Now, it's time to get down to business with Kevin Harrington.
Hi, I'm Kevin Harrington, an original shark from Shark Tank. Please welcome Sunshine Chapman, the founder and president of ERC Provider. Her company helps small business owners claim their maximum employee retention credits. Now, ERC Provider has grown from a one-woman show to over 25 team members in just 1 year, with an 8-figure revenue and thousands of companies served. And I just want to say welcome, first of all. Thank you.
Thank you.
And how did you start ERC Provider? Tell me about it.
So my husband was really sick with long COVID. He wasn't getting any better after months and months. So he couldn't walk. He was, sick all the time. And we finally found out about hyperbaric therapy, that would actually help a lot. So did it in Orlando, and then we were in Utah looking for a place, and we found a guy who actually had one in his garage.
Oh, wow.
So he allowed my husband to use it a few times. He started feeling better. And I decided to invite those people over to our house to thank them because they fixed my husband. That was pretty great.
Nice.
So at the end of dinner, we had a great time, and I said, what do you do for a living? And he told me that he has a company, CEO, that they process employee retention credits. And I'd kind of heard of it because I own a marketing agency that works with hotels and finance companies and tech companies. So I was like, I think I know what that is. And as he told me more about it, I said, I think I know exactly how to market this thing.
So what exactly is ERC?
Okay, so the Employee Retention Credit was part of the CARES Act, and it was started during COVID along with the EIDL and the PPP. Both of those are over. You can't get them anymore. But for this, you have until April 2025 still to claim it.
Okay.
So it's based on wages paid. It's based on payroll. So it's a refundable payroll tax credit.
So the government has set aside billions of dollars to give to companies that have employed people during COVID and post-COVID during a certain period of time.
Exactly, because so many of these people we talked to have been paying on credit cards to survive, just to, they didn't want to let their people go. They wanted to keep their good people. And now they're in trouble and they need help. So this is something that has been able to help a lot of people. And so over 80% of companies companies can qualify, but only about 30% even know about it.
So how does a company qualify?
First, you have to have W-2 employees.
W-2 employees.
Yeah, not 1099s, and they have to be unrelated to the owner.
This could be a small business, restaurant owners, flower shops, manufacturing, across all spectrum.
Anywhere between 1 and 500 employees, full-time W-2. And then they have to have some kind of impact from COVID. So the original form of this was revenue reduction. So you had to have had a pretty massive revenue reduction compared to 2019.
Right.
But nobody was claiming it, and they realized that it wasn't going to be enough. So they expanded it a year ago. And now there's 2 other ways to qualify. And the first is supply chain disruption.
Okay.
So this is one a lot of people don't know about. But you hear about it all the time, right?
Sure.
Due to supply chain disruption, we don't have any toilet paper.
Exactly, right.
Yeah. It could be a restaurant, couldn't get beef. It could be a construction firm, couldn't get windows. We couldn't get containers for things.
Right.
Pretty much everyone I've talked to has had something like that.
Some kind of problem like that, right?
So if it had a pretty big impact, that would work.
So it's easy to qualify, and there's others doing what you do, but I know you have a very special team of people, and what makes you different or better than the others that are out there?
We've grown from 0 to an 8-figure business in 1 year because we are laser focused on one thing, personally connecting with business owners and helping them determine and understand how they can qualify for this. I'm a former professor, and I really want to focus on education. So I go and speak at conferences with CPAs and business owners to help them understand this and explain it, so that we want everyone who does it to really get what they're doing. And also we have personal connection for everyone. So a lot of other people just send out forms and have you fill it out, but it's confusing.
Yeah. Right.
So we actually have a personal employee that's assigned to each one, each business owner, and they walk them through this.
You mentioned 1 year, 8 figures. What's your mission for year 2?
Well, we are really passionate about serving underserved communities. So this year I went to Inglewood, California, and their Economic Development Commission asked me to go and speak, and we signed up just a ton of people who had no idea about this. We also have a Spanish-speaking division for people who don't want to do it in English. And then the next year we're really expanding into Puerto Rico, because it's not been, a lot of people there have not done it. And if everyone there got it that is eligible, they would get over $1 trillion.
Wow.
So I really want that in the hand of those business owners.
So if you're a small or large business owner with under 500 W-2 employees, whether you're in hospitality, medical, construction, transportation, or retail, don't hesitate. You could be missing out on hundreds of thousands in employee retention credit dollars for your business. This program is for a limited time only, so visit ercprovider.com/TV now to take advantage of this funding opportunity. Thank you.
My name is Misty He. I work for the Soto Main Street District. Soto Main Street District is one of 12 nonprofit organizations affiliated with the City of Orlando. We work in conjunction with the city to help drive economic revitalization here in the downtown Orlando area. We are independent of the City of Orlando, but work in partnership with them to help small businesses, our community thrive and progress, and to make things a little bit easier for new business owners to open and to create community culture on a local level. So when COVID first started to come our way, working in a small community, working in economic development, us, like many others, the businesses that I represent experienced the initial impact that everyone across the country was feeling. It was a time of great uncertainty, not just for me and my small organization, but for the larger community that we represent, with small businesses who were experiencing nothing that they could ever predict or know, closures, supply chain interruptions, not knowing what their health outlook would look like, that of their staff, their family members, their loved ones. The actual real closures combined with the extended delays, interruptions, inability to operate really affected our community both on a macro level but also on a micro level. In this little microcosm that we operate in, people worrying about whether or not they would be able to keep their doors open, whether they would be able to keep their homes, feed their children, procure health care, take care of their loved ones. It was a time that was very scary for many of us, and in many uncertain ways and many real ways. For us, the refund that we got would maybe not look important to some people. But for our organization that operated in the negative for several years as a direct result of COVID, it definitely depleted some of our reserves, some of our resources. And being able to take the funds that we have now received and reinvest them back into our organization means that as a small nonprofit, we have an outlook that we're going to still be here a few years from now. That may not have been the case without this funding. This positions us to be able to do more and do better.
My name is Faisal Farouk. We own a Turkish ethnic restaurant, small business in South Orlando. When COVID happened, we were on the verge of expanding, but we couldn't. And then we went down, we were in debt, and we owed a lot of people a lot of money, vendors, employees, chef. We promised them to slowly pay them back, and then ERC was like a big help for us. And then that actually brought us to pre-pandemic level, where we were like free to make our decisions financially. I think most of the funding we paid back in shape of sales tax and the payroll taxes. Our payroll tax went from $3,000, $3,500 to $7,000, $8,000 a month. And then our sales tax went from, I would say, from $6,000, $7,000 to $11,000, $12,000 a month. So I don't think it's a bad investment for the government.
My name's Rebecca Williams, and I am with B Square Tax Service here in Orlando, Florida. Our client base is very eclectic. I have from one type of industry to the other. We have a large personal client base and a pretty good size, around 300 commercial base, with about every industry that you can possibly imagine. Here at B Square, I'm over the corp division, so I work directly with the CPA and the bookkeeping team and the liaison for the client. I started having clients calling me left and right. Okay, I've heard about this, can I apply for it? How did it affect your business? There's 3 different ways they can qualify for that credit. How did the whole, shutdowns, how did lack of being able to get supplies, delay in receiving supplies, all these different things that affected so many of our clients. Then just making sure that, yes, they had those situations, could they be documented? From a tax professional standpoint, especially now with all the knowledge that we have and everything that we're seeing, if I see one of my clients would be a really good candidate, I'll recommend it to them. You do want to feel very comfortable with the company that you're entrusting your clients with, and I do. We work directly with ERC providers. They make it so easy. That's the best part. It's going to take, I would say, another 2 or 3 years before the economy gets back to where it was pre-pandemic, where people, businesses are not struggling every step of the way. So the ERC credit has come in very handy for a lot of our clients.